There is a truth that many people learn too late in life. You can be talented, you can be hardworking, you can have dreams, you can have potential, and still lose your future because of the people you keep around you. A lot of people think failure only comes from laziness. They think failure only comes from lack of money, bad luck, or lack of opportunity. But one of the most dangerous things in life is bad company. Bad company does not always look dangerous in the beginning. Sometimes it looks like friendship. Sometimes it looks like fun. Sometimes it looks like loyalty. Sometimes it looks like people who have known you for years. But if the people around you are always distracted, negative, unserious, jealous, lazy, reckless, or addicted to comfort, then sooner or later, that environment starts shaping you too. And that is the part most people ignore. You do not need to be exactly like the people around you for them to affect you. It is enough to spend enough time around them, because the people around you influence your mindset, your habits, your standards, your discipline, your decisions, and eventually your future. If everybody around you jokes about serious goals, eventually your ambition starts to feel strange. If everybody around you wastes money, discipline becomes difficult. If everybody around you avoids growth, then growth starts to feel uncomfortable. If everybody around you lives for today and never thinks long term, then your future starts getting traded for comfort without you even realizing it. That is how people lose years, not because they were stupid, not because they had no potential, but because they stayed too long in the wrong circle. One of the biggest lies people believe is this: as long as I know who I am, nobody can influence me. That sounds strong, but it is not fully true. Environment matters. The conversations around you matter. The values around you matter. What your circle normalizes matters. What your circle laughs at matters. What your circle excuses matters. If your environment normalizes excuses, your standards drop. If your environment normalizes laziness, your discipline weakens. If your environment normalizes gossip, drama, and envy, your peace disappears. If your environment normalizes mediocrity, your vision shrinks. And the scary part is that this usually happens slowly. Nobody wakes up one day and says, "I want to waste my life." It happens little by little. You start lowering your standards to fit in. You stop talking about your goals because people mock them. You stop improving because people call you too serious. You stop planning because everyone around you is just chasing short-term pleasure. You stop protecting your energy because you feel guilty for changing. And eventually, you wake up and realize you have become smaller than the person you were meant to be. That is what bad company does. It does not always destroy you loudly. Sometimes it destroys you quietly. Bad company can make you doubt yourself. Bad company can make discipline feel lonely. Bad company can make self-respect look arrogant. Bad company can make wisdom look boring. Bad company can make growth feel like betrayal. And that is where many people get trapped. They confuse comfort with connection. They confuse history with alignment. They confuse loyalty with self-destruction. Let me say something very clearly. Not everybody who has access to you deserves access to you. And not everybody who has been in your life deserves to stay in your future. Some people are not bad people. They are just bad for your direction. That is an important difference. This is not about feeling superior. This is not about becoming rude. This is not about hating people. This is about understanding that your future is too valuable to place in the hands of people who do not take their own life seriously. You have to ask yourself some hard questions. Do the people around me push me forward or pull me backward? Do they respect discipline or secretly mock it? Do they inspire better habits or excuse worse ones? Do they celebrate growth or feel threatened by it? Do they speak with purpose or only with noise? Do I feel clearer after being around them or more drained? Those questions matter, because many people are not failing because they lack potential. They are failing because they are surrounded by confusion, weak standards, and bad influence. Now let's talk about signs of bad company. The first sign is that they make fun of growth. If every time you talk about reading, improving, building, saving money, learning skills, or becoming more disciplined, they act like you are doing too much, be careful. The second sign is that they only love the version of you that stays the same. The moment you become more focused, more private, more intentional, they say you have changed. Of course you changed. Growth requires change. The third sign is that they bring chaos into your life. Drama, negativity, gossip, constant emotional disorder. That stuff is expensive. It costs peace. It costs focus. It costs energy. The fourth sign is that they live without direction and want you to do the same. Misery often wants company. Undisciplined people are often uncomfortable around disciplined people because discipline exposes what they avoid. The fifth sign is subtle but powerful. You feel smaller around them. You feel less clear, less inspired, less serious, less grounded. Your spirit knows when something is off before your mind admits it. So what should you do? First, become honest. Stop pretending everybody around you is healthy for your future. Second, reduce access. You do not need a dramatic announcement. You do not need a speech. Sometimes distance is enough. Third, protect your mind. What you hear repeatedly shapes what you believe. Fourth, find better voices. If you cannot find better people immediately, start with better books, better content, better mentors, better ideas. Fifth, accept temporary loneliness if necessary. A season of loneliness is often the price of real growth. And let me tell you this, it is better to walk alone in the right direction than to stay surrounded in the wrong one. Your life is too important to be shaped by people who do not care where they are going. Your peace is too valuable to be placed among noise. Your future is too expensive to trade for approval. At some point you have to decide, do I want to be accepted by everyone? Or do I want to become who I am meant to be? Because many times you cannot have both. If you keep choosing comfort, fake loyalty, and weak circles, you will keep shrinking. But if you choose clarity, discipline, peace, and growth, your life will begin to change. Not overnight, but deeply. Own your path. Protect your future. Choose your circle carefully. Because bad company does not just waste time, it can ruin a good future. And if this message spoke to you, subscribe to Own Your Path. This channel is for people who want discipline, clarity, self-respect, and a better life.